So when classes went from face to online, I think I was a lot like other teachers, just a bit nervous because we all had been doing it face to face for so long. And with very short notice, we had to go to online. But like a lot of other teachers, we adapted very quickly. The students adapted really quickly. And as long as we got to the students to the learning outcome, mainly through Zoom and through email and correspondence with our servers and our project, students were fine and teachers were fine.
Well, overall I felt safe because on a regular day without a pandemic, there are so many students sometimes crammed into a classroom, and in my courses at the very beginning of school, always one person gets a cold, the whole class gets a cold. So when we went to online learning, I felt safer in terms of the pandemic, but I also felt a little bit overwhelmed as to exactly how this was all going to work.
From what I've seen is that a lot of students like online because they don't have to be the student who sits in the front row of a lecture. So they can kind of go at their own pace. They can ask questions through chat if they're uncomfortable with camera. And I think a lot of the online, particularly for theory, can be really well treated like Zoom because you've got all 80 students, if they're logged in, or 40, or how many students you have, they can basically log in and be attentive at their own setting. So their comfort level may be better.
The cons of online learning is with some of the content and material, it just doesn't fit into an online format. It's a lot more difficult to be engaged in the material. When we're teaching face-to-face, and when I'm teaching face-to-face, especially in a performance class, for example, we're doing a lot of experiential learning. So I'll show you how to do something, and then everybody gets to do it. And you can certainly do breakout sessions and things like that, but they're just not the same as in person. So I think that the full experience of learning different skills is lost when we do it online.
It's hard to say. I think that things are definitely going to start shifting more back to in-person for a majority of the time, but I do really think there is a benefit to having some blended learning, like I said, especially in a lot of media industries and tech industries that are moving to a fully remote sort of framework. I think it's beneficial to learn those skills while you're a student and kind of figure out what works and what doesn't so that you do have an upper hand when you get out of school and you are applying for jobs. But I think it's going to be more of like an 80-20 split where 80% would be in person and maybe 20% would be online or blended.